Decision made on Yokozuna Terunofuji. He is in for January. He discussed the matter with his master yesterday and has resolved to return after 6 months away. But that master has given us a caveat he has never added before. He hasn't really trained enough, Coach Isegahama said. He hasn't fought enough practice bouts, but he states he's in good condition and thus wants to give things a go. And we can't say how well he'll hold up till he actually tries it for real. Does this mean Terunofuji might not last the distance this time, and perhaps consider his future? Decision also made on Ozeki Takakeisho. He is in for January, despite ongoing neck issues. If he tones up his lower body enough, I think he'll be okay to start, said his master Tokiwayama. He'll be thoroughly preparing for opening day. Yes, his neck will determine how well he does, but for now, he's stepping in. Only he knows how much it really hurts, so I just have to let him get on with it. Decision delayed on Hakuoho. Had the doctor reported worse on January 9th, Hakuoho would have withdrawn there and then. So it seems he hopes to be ready. He's even fought second-tier colleague Tenshoho today, and beaten him 3-0, after fighting 10 other practice bouts. But the question is not how many he can win, but how likely is he to be injured again. Based on this week's training so far, neither he nor his coach can quite make that call. I need another round with the salaried guys to assess how much shoulder damage remains, Hakuoho told Nikkan Sports. His shoulder has started to hurt again under the rigours of this week's training. For me, as a professional, I can't be heading into that ring with lingering injury doubts, he said. If you're not satisfied with your training, you can't really get in that tournament ring. What then about coming back midway? The journalists next asked. No, he replied. If I'm not ready for opening day, I'll prioritise recovery and sit the entire meet out. That could mean we don't see him again. For I can't see how he can fit in a practice before the first fixtures are stamped and released tomorrow morning. Decision delayed on Enho too, though he fought 12 times this morning against 5th-tier colleagues Takemaru and Kudokage, and pulled off several throws. As with Hakuoho, his doctor has cleared him to fight, but stablemaster Miyagino must give his permission. And I must confess, the fears have returned, Enho said in contrast to last month. Of course I want to jump back in, but even Division 4 is no cakewalk in my current condition. It's going to be a harsh setting and very difficult to win. Those are things I must weigh up too. Should he postpone his return for 2 more months, he will fall to Division 5, which will be vastly easier. Coming from Ishikawa, he was affected by last week's quake, of course. And I know the sight of me on that ring will cheer up folks back home, he said. It's a really difficult call this time. Training in truly epic fashion is Ozeki Kirishima, who seems to have been stung by the snipes at his Tuesday workload. On Wednesday then, he went to Tokitsukaze stable and fought for 50 minutes straight. 33 bouts in that time. In addition to resident Shodai, guesting Nishiki, Oho, Hokutofuji, Hokuseiho, and the top division's most marked man, Gonoyama, were all called out by him, and combined won only 9 of the 33 bouts they contested. I suppose it was a passable effort. I could have gone on for more, Kirishima told the press post-session. Most papers tried to talk up his score, but Sponichi sounded alarm bells, noting his frequent ceding of ground to Hokutofuji and Gonoyama in the initial charge. But that was kind of my aim for today, Kirishima insisted, finding how to stay in the ring when under all kinds of attack. Even so, said Sponichi, he looked all too prudent even when finding his favoured stance. Might his elbow not quite be right? All papers, though, agreed he moved around better than he did at all stables practice. Then, once more today, at the same location, did Kirishima seek a bucket load of bouts. 29 in total. It seems he faced the same field as yesterday, minus Hokutofuji, and walked away with 23 wins. For 2 days straight did he experiment, rather than cling to trusted stances, with even some throat holds thrown in. But he still had no answer to a full-swing Gonoyama attack, and swore as he succumbed to it. Gonoyama, who fought him 11 times both yesterday and today, said, "I've done some really great training with the Ozeki this time, but I felt I was getting done for power and still have some way to go with my game. Basically, once my feet stop, it's game over for me, so I have to keep bombing forward with shoves." And he's aiming big for the meet itself, saying, "I can't take my time with this. I've got this chance to reach Sanyaku level and want to grab it now." Finally, Giant Hokuseiho, who fought 13 times at the very same session, is also dreaming bigger. "I've got to fight as if Sanyaku promotion is mandatory for this year," he said. "And from next week, I want to be challenging for top division titles too." He's been told in no uncertain terms by his Yokozuna master that he must improve on an indifferent 2023. And it seems a better functioning knee will greatly aid that cause. "I've been moving around the ring well," he said, "and I've had some great sessions with a real mixed bag of leading foes."
ただいまのマイクは